Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we have two members of City Hall, Lauren Drago and Michael Fans.
Fana.
Yeah, I got it right. So thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
And would you both mind just saying what your roles are at City Hall and describe them a little bit?
Go ahead.
Sure. So I'm the outreach director for the mayor, so I do a lot of community contact and engagement with the public.
And I'm part of the planning department. We do a lot of long-range planning for the city.
Nice, great. And you two are both here today to talk about Lynnside Out, which is happening not this weekend, but next weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. Very excited.
So what kind of event is it? Sounds really cool.
Well, I think it started with you, so maybe you want to...
Sure. So Lynnside Out is going to be a sort of a street festival about community engagement for Lynners. So we're going to have food, music, activities for kids, and then we'll also have representatives from all sorts of departments in City Hall there to connect with constituents, to share resources, and answer questions from the Lynners that participate.
Yeah, Lynnside Out is really about turning City Hall inside out, taking the departments, bringing them outside to the people, showing people all the services and access that actually exists already for people to take advantage of, and while we're at it, have free food and a good time. So.
Of course, that sounds like a great time. And why do you think it's important to do this now?
I think now is a really interesting time in the city. We're just coming, knock on wood, we're coming out of a really trying few years for a lot of people, and we're kind of getting back out. We're kind of getting back together. We've done a lot of that this year, and I think this is a great time to kind of let's reconvene as a community and as a group of people, as a team, living in the same area, and kind of have this space where we can say hello to each other again. And then while we're at it, also kind of get access to the services a lot of people need, especially during these times, to get through the day.
Awesome. Great. And so do you think that you wish for this to become like a recurring event, one-time thing? Have you thought that far into the future?
We'd love to. This is really our pilot year to see how it goes. So we hope that a lot of people show up. We hope we have terrific weather. But yeah, we'll see in the future if it feels like it meets a need, if people like it, if it seems like it's successful. We're happy to look to see if we can do it again in the future.
Great, awesome. And what specific food or what specific bands will you have at this event?
Yeah, we're going to have quite the smattering of offerings. So we have empanadas from D Empanadas. We're going to have pizza from Shoreline Pizza. We worked with the youth at Raw to actually put together some of the art for our posters, and they were adamant that we needed pizza. So that was an addition inspired by them. We're also going to be having food from the Golden Monkey. And then we're actually, thanks to the Food Security Task Force of the city, we'll be giving away 400 pounds of free produce for Lynners who come by and want to pick some up for their groceries for the week. And in addition to that, there will be ice cream, and the YMCA is providing water as well.
Awesome. And it'll be cold water. I know it's hot days recently here in August, but yeah, we're having a lot of this stuff is all being provided by local business owners and groups, and luckily as we've been saying, but it's all free for the community, so you can come down, get a plate, get some groceries if you want some groceries, and then register to vote while you're at it. So kind of a lot there, a lot of offer for everybody.
Great. And I probably should ask this first, but where is it happening and when?
So it'll be on August 27th, which is a Saturday. It'll be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it'll be in the Lynn Museum, the Frederick Douglass Park, and then across Exchange Street towards Mount Vernon Street, where actually our new sculpture installation was just unveiled. So that whole sort of downtown stretch is where we will be.
That's awesome. That sounds like a really fun event to participate in, do things in. And you mentioned too Vision Lynn, I think it was, if you wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, so one of you asked earlier about why this is a good time for this, and part of it is because we're in the middle of a comprehensive planning process in the city, and so that'll be a really helpful long-term sort of strategic plan for the City of Lynn. And right now we've been doing a lot of engagement with the community previously on sort of the big picture vision, but now we're digging into some of the specifics about what the Lynners would really like to see in the community, how we'd like to see Lynn evolve and change, and in what ways do we want to make sure Lynn stays the same. And so we'll be at this event doing some activities with folks, trying to get input. We're also working with our friends at RAW to do a creative aspect of that engagement, so that'll be fun. And for anyone that's able to come visit our booth and chat with us, they'll actually get a sticker that'll get them access to the free ice cream, which will be provided at Union Cafe, another one of our partners for this event.
Well, there you go. Who would say no to free ice cream, right?
Exactly.
And you'd mentioned that some of the city departments are going to be there. Do you know which ones will be there, what they'll be doing?
Absolutely. We're going to have a number of city departments there. So planning will be there, of course, doing the Vision Lynn process, where I encourage everyone to participate in that process. It's so critical to get everyone's input. We're also going to have the clerk's office down there. So if you haven't registered to vote, you can register to vote. Very important elections this year, so very important to make sure your voice gets heard. We're also going to have who else?
Personnel will be there.
Personnel will be there. City Hall we're hiring often, so if you want to be part of the process, it's a good time to get connected with them.
The Lynn Public Libraries will also be signing folks up for library cards if folks need to get their library cards renewed or need a new one. And then we'll also have representatives from EDIC to talk about funding that's available for business owners, and Al Hand, who will be talking about resources for health, and then the Lynn Public Schools Welcome Center will be there too, talking about registration for the school year.
Well, you got a lot of people coming. This really is community outreach. You got everyone from all aspects.
Yeah, there's something here for everyone. If you have a family that's coming up in Lynn, you want to connect with the schools. If you're looking to open a business, I mean, everyone here has something that could help them at this festival.
Yes. And we've been really lucky too that there's been a lot of folks supporting us in putting together the event. The Parks and Rec Department has helped us secure a bouncy house, which I think will be very popular.
There you go.
We've also have volunteer support from Lynn Main Streets, and we've been working with an organization called Creative Collective, who's been great at getting all the entertainment, all the food. So it's really been a communal effort to kind of put this all together, which has been really fun, and I hope will help it be more successful.
Yeah, I definitely hope so too. And slightly backtracking, but I have to ask, how did you come up with the idea to turn City Hall inside out?
Well, honestly, I think it kind of started with us knowing through the Vision Lynn process that we needed to do community engagement. And honestly, a lot of our meetings are at nights. They're sort of these like structured events that don't always work for people's schedule. This was an opportunity to do something more fun, to tie into a lot of what the mayor's team has been working really hard on. And we realized we could work together and make it something that was a little more exciting and a little bit more family friendly and compelling for folks to come out to. And now it's kind of become a much bigger event with a lot of different departments.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like it started as one idea and it just grew and kept growing to just engage everybody.
It's absolutely kept growing, and like we said, this is a pilot year, so who knows what happens this year and what could happen next year if it gets even bigger.
Yeah, there you go. And that's always a plan, right? You start with pilot year and then you want it to just keep growing, keep getting people engaged in it.
Actually, and we've learned a lot planning the event this year,
yeah.
I think, so it'll probably go smoother on our end next year, too.
No, it seems like it's all gone very smooth, very well. And is there anything else you'd want to say about the event? Anything else you want to tell people that you think that I hadn't asked about?
I just hope that people will come out and take us up on this and see what they see. We've heard a lot through the Vision Lynn process, people wanting to feel like their government is transparent and accessible, of not always knowing who is in government. I think this is a great time, even if you don't specifically need a resource or have a specific need, to just come out and meet the people at City Hall. We are working for Lynners. We're happy to help, and having that opportunity to make one-on-one connections with the community it's one of my favorite parts of the job. I'm sure it's true for my colleagues too, and so hopefully people will come out and meet us.
Absolutely. Even if you don't need anything, I just come down and be part of the community. I think this is a great chance for us to just gather as a city, as a group of people who all live together in the same area, and just have a good time and celebrate. So hope to see you there.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And you said you started in January, but you started with the last administration.
Yes.
That was correct, working there?
Yes.
So you have two kind of different perspectives, a little bit?
Yeah, and this is our first project that we really got to collaborate on, so it's been a good experience for us.
No, that's awesome. And again, I want to thank you so much again for coming and talking about it, letting people really know about it, that it's going to be happening.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate the opportunity and everything that LCTV does.
Yes, of course. And once again, and maybe just say one more time, like when it is, where it is, all that, just so people know.
Sure. So it's going to be not this weekend, but the next weekend,
August 27th.
August 27th. It'll be, again, Central Square Lynn, essentially near the Lynn Museum and the Frederick Douglass Park and Exchange Street, starting at 11, going to 3.
Yeah, great. Awesome. Well, that sounds like a great event, and I'm really excited to see how it goes.
Thank you.
So this has, once again, been an edition of the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori. Please join us next week for more guests.